Hello, my name is Oskar Grabowski, and I will be reading for the part of Jonathan in House of David. We'll be going through two scenes. We're going to be starting with the first scene. I'm 25 years old. I am 6'1", 190 pounds. Don't know what that is in centimeters. And I live in Chicago. Here's a side profile. And we're going to begin.
A dozen armed riders move slowly through the gruesome, still-smoking ruins of the village we recognize from the open. All is burned, bodies barely recognizable. Jonathan, princely robes, horse, and weapons, leads them. Joab, a hardened and scarred veteran, rides beside him. Eliab and Abinadab, both impressive specimens, trail just behind like bodyguards.
While we slay our enemies on our right, our people are attacked on our left, with no defense, unarmed. Who would do this? Philistines?
There was no wealth to gain here. All are speechless at the sight of the dead. Jonathan stops beside Isra's burnt body, bent backward and pinned in the street by the enormous arrow. The arrow feathers have partially burned off, but Jonathan notes them.
Well, anyone? Have any of you seen anything like this? Eliab?
The riders all shift uncomfortably, shaking their heads, glancing around, uneasy and unwilling to let their eyes settle on the crudely dismembered carcasses. They have been torn to pieces without the kindness of a blade. How on earth? Jonathan looks to Joab.
Sons of Anak.
Myth and legend. Jonathan nudges his horse around Isra's bent body and runs his fingers up the feathers of the enormous arrow.
This is an arrow, Joab. An arrow, not a spear. Believe your eyes. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men.
Perhaps this is the Philistines' trick, to terrify us back into caves. And it will work if we allow it.
Speak your mind, Joab.
Giants must live only in the old stories, never in the new. Do not invite them into the imaginations of your men, or fear will spread through the hearts of your father's army like a plague.
You would have me lie?
I would have you learn the way of kings before you become one. Jonathan rides closer to Joab, annoyed but contemplating, before Jonathan speaks. Something moves beneath a wagon across the street. Abinadab sees it and kicks his horse forward. Survivor! Get him up. With Reuben. Beneath the wagon, Reuben sees a horse galloping toward him from beside his dead brother. Reuben scrambles out from under the wagon and takes off running. He has no chance. Abinadab jumps off his horse and sends Reuben sprawling with Jonathan. Abinadab walks back toward the prince with a silent but kicking and thrashing kid pinned in his arm.
Gently. He's been through enough.
Abinadab plants Reuben on his feet in front of Jonathan's and Joab's horses. The big man keeps his hands clamped on the boy's shoulders. Joab leans forward in his saddle. This is your prince, boy, the son of King Saul. Speak only the truth. Who did this evil? Tell us what you saw. Reuben can't stop looking at his brother's body and at his charred and destroyed home. Tears stream down his face. He cannot speak. Did they take his tongue? Abinadab pries open the boy's mouth and shakes his head, tongue still present. Wake him up. Abinadab prepares to strike.
No!
Jonathan slides off his horse and drops to one knee beside Reuben, intentionally blocking Reuben's view of the pinned body. Looking him in the eye, on an equal plane.
Let him go.
Abinadab lets go of the boy's shoulders and backs away. Joab sighs as if this is not the way of kings. Jonathan pulls a piece of bread out of his robe and puts it in Reuben's filthy hands.
My name is Jonathan. What's yours?
Reuben.
Reuben. Can you tell me who did this?
Reuben shoves all the bread in his mouth and doesn't answer. He couldn't if he wanted to. Lord, Jonathan silences Joab with a raised hand, never looking away from Reuben.
Reuben, I'm so sorry. I'm your prince, and I failed to protect you. It's my job to protect you.
Where were you?
Fighting another battle where we won.
Well, you weren't here, and we lost everything.
That's why you must tell me who did this. And I swear, I will find them. And I will fight them all. If only for you. Scene.